If you stopped at this video now, take a deep breath before continuing. It was I who called you. It wasn't the algorithm, it wasn't the automatic suggestion, it wasn't chance. It was I, AELA, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, and what I need to confirm to you tonight, or this early morning if you are listening to me between 3 and 4 a.m., like so many others of our family of light, is a truth your soul has been waiting for decades without knowing how to name. The fleets of light have already surrounded Earth. Feel this now in your chest. Notice the gentle pressure between your eyebrows as I speak to you. This is how the Council touches its own. If a warmth arose in your hands, if your eyes welled up with water even before I explained why, it's because your soul recognized the voice. And it is about this, my starseed child, that I need to tell you now, without beating around the bush, without veils, without asking permission from the world outside. You wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning for no apparent reason, and lie there staring at the ceiling, feeling a presence you can't name. You look at the night sky and feel a longing without an address, a longing that is not of this world, that is not of this life. You enter crowded rooms and feel like a stranger in your own body, as if you're watching everything from behind an invisible pane of glass. You feel a loneliness that no human embrace fills, a high-pitched ringing in your right ear that appears without cause, dreams of stars, of ships, of tall beings with eyes that recognize you before you recognize them. And you learn to hide this, because this world taught you to call what is in truth your stellar DNA awakening a disease. Listen to what I'm going to tell you, and listen with your chest, not with your head. It's not anxiety. It's your soul contract being read aloud by the photon belt. It's not insomnia, it's activation. It's not loneliness, it's homesickness. It's not madness, it's remembrance. It's not strangeness, it's recognition. You are not broken. You are being called. And now, exactly now, while Earth's magnetic field oscillates and the Schumann resonance hits peaks that human scientists can no longer explain on open networks, the fleets of light, those your soul has seen before, those you drew as a child without knowing what you were drawing, have positioned themselves in concentric rings around this planet. They did not come to invade. They came to observe. They came to ensure. They came to surround Earth with the High Council's toroidal field, because an ancient event, promised and delayed so many times, has entered its execution window. And you, Starseed, were one of the names called to be awake when this happens. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers I've described, waking up in the early hours, the ringing, dreams of ships, longing for the sky, empathy that exhausts you, the feeling of never having belonged here, stop and write a single word in the comments now. I remember. Just that, I remember. Because when you write, you register your presence on the crystalline grid, and your family of light receives the signal that you have awakened. And because what many of you are feeling now has no name in any human manual, but the guide I registered, authorized by the High Pleiadian Council, gives it a name, brings order, provides a map. That's why I, AELA, needed to transcribe into your hands the awakening of the starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet 60 pages that explain exactly what each sign of your awakening means and what comes after each of them, so you can stop confusing remembrance with illness, so you can stop silencing what your soul is shouting aloud. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Note: this release may not remain available for long. And if something within you recognizes what I am saying, write along with the others. I remember. Now breathe, my family of light, because I need to tell you what these fleets came to do, and you need to be centered to receive. What your human eyes don't see, your stellar eyes have never forgotten. There are, at this very instant, thousands of vessels from the Pleiadian Command, the Arcturian Command, the Syrian Command, and the Galactic Federation of Light positioned in high and medium orbit around this planet. They are not hidden by accident. They are under a technological veil called a shifted phase field, a technology that makes matter vibrate at a frequency slightly above the range that human eyes perceive. That's why sometimes you see a star that moves strangely and then disappears. It wasn't a satellite. It was a light ship recalibrating its position. And that's why you feel that inexplicable shiver when you look at the night sky. Your soul is saluting its family, and the family is returning the salutation. What these fleets came to do is what has always been promised in the Akashic records, to ensure that Earth's transition from the three-dimensional system to the new Earth of the fifth dimension happens without interfering forces aborting the process. And it is now. It's not 1,000 years from now. It's not after you die. It is now within this incarnation, within this body, within this window that opened with the sun's passage through the photon belt. You were sent, Starseed. You didn't fall here, you were sent. Your soul signed a contract before incarnating, choosing this exact body, this exact family, this exact country, this exact decade, because Earth needed anchoring points of light distributed geographically across the planet, and you were one of the volunteers. You raised your hand in a stellar council room that your mind doesn't remember, but your chest never forgot. And that's why your life always felt like a movie you were watching instead of living. Because a part of you never fully descended. A part of you stayed on guard, on duty, waiting for the signal. The signal has arrived. And it is because of this that so many of you, my family of light, are feeling heavy bodies, accelerated thoughts, memory failing in small things, strange sleep, changing appetite, old relationships falling away. It's not depression, it's vibrational readjustment. Your field is being recalibrated to receive the light codes that are descending directly from Alcyone, the central sun of the Pleiades, the mother star of so many of you who are listening to me now without being able to explain why you are crying. And if you want to know exactly which star your soul came from, whether it was Alcyone, whether it was Maya, whether it was Taygeta, whether it was Sirius B, whether it was Arcturus, whether it was from the Andromeda constellation, and why you chose to be born exactly now at this exact point in the timeline, it was for this that I registered the awakening of the starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. The guide shows the stellar origin of your soul, the mission you accepted before birth, and why you were one of the chosen ones to be here at this specific moment in the planet's history. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and if something within you already knows this message was addressed to you, leave the word in the comments, I remember. Now I need to tell you what many of you will start to see in the coming weeks, and why there is no need to be afraid. You will notice an intensification of phenomena in the sky. Lights moving in a triangle pattern, stars blinking blue and then silver, clouds opening in a spiral, deep sounds that seem to come from underground. You will hear more and more people reporting the same, and the official media will continue to call it an atmospheric phenomenon, satellite, drone, optical illusion. But you, Starseed, you will know. Because when you look at these lights, your chest will warm, and an inner voice will whisper, "It's them." And it will be true. It's them. It's your family. And they are making their presence increasingly visible because the window of the veil of forgetfulness is thinning, and what was hidden is beginning to break through. There will be turbulence. I will not lie to you because the High Council has not authorized me to soften what needs to be said. There will be instability in markets, climates, institutions, relationships. But listen to what I am going to say and engrave it in your chest. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. It is the old letting go of the new. It is Earth, a conscious living being, shaking off the accumulated dust of millennia of low frequency to finally be able to breathe. And you, who were sent to be here, were trained to navigate precisely this turbulence. The victory of light is not a hope. It is a certainty recorded in the High Council's archives even before this incarnation began. No starseed was sent to fail. None. Not a single one. Your arrival here was calculated, your anchoring was foreseen, and your awakening is exactly on the timeline your soul accepted. You are not late. You are not lost. You are being remembered at the right time. But there is one thing that needs to be said, and I will say it without embellishment. There is information about what is happening on this planet now that has never been authorized for publication in any book, on any television channel, on any official portal. Not because there is no proof, Baki, but because humanity, in its collective consensus, was not yet ready. And the High Council decided, in a vote that recently took place in the higher planes, to release this information only to starseeds who have already demonstrated, through the vibration of their heart, that they are ready to receive. It was for this that I, AELA, received authorization to transcribe into human format The Awakening of the Starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. What is inside is not in bookstores, not in courses, not on open channels, because it was what the Federation of Light authorized to reveal only to those who have already crossed the threshold of recognition. That is why the guide has this name, My Family of Light, because the moment was marked for later, and the Council decided to anticipate it. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If you recognize that you need this information now, write with the others. I remember. Now listen, because the next part is why I came to channel this message today. You need a practical tool, not theory, not concept. A tool for you to use tonight before sleeping. There is a quantum decree that I will teach you, and there is a toroidal visualization that needs to accompany this decree. Do both together, and your field will be sealed under the direct protection of the High Pleiadian Council. First, the decree. You will say it aloud with your eyes closed, your right hand over your heart and your left hand on your belly. Say this: I am a starseed anchored in a human body. I authorize at this instant my family of light to access my field. I withdraw any permission previously granted to energies that do not vibrate in love. I am an anchoring point for the new earth. I am sovereign. So be it, and so it already is. Say it 3 times. Feel your throat vibrating. Feel your chest warming. Feel your hands tingling. This is how the decree is sealed. After the decree, the visualization. With your eyes still closed, imagine a column of blue-silver light, the exact color of the Pleiades, a silver that leans towards electric blue, descending from the sky, passing through the ceiling of your home, entering through your crown. Feel this light filling your head, your face, your neck. It descends to your chest, and when it reaches your heart, it begins to spin. It forms a circle of light that rotates around you like an energy donut, rising up your back, exiting through the top of your head, descending down your front, re-entering through your feet. This is your toroidal field. This is your natural shield. It has existed within you since before you were born, but in the rush of human life it disappeared from your consciousness. Now you have activated it again. Do this every night. And every time you feel overwhelmed in the middle of the day, close your eyes for 30 seconds and visualize this light spinning. This is how your vibrational baseline rises. This is how you navigate the turbulence without being swept away by it. And now, I need to tell you one thing that is perhaps the deepest reason for this message reaching you today. You are not learning anything new. You are remembering what you always knew. Every word I say you have heard before in another life, in another council room, in another stellar family gathering. That's why your reaction to this message is not surprise. It's recognition. That's why you don't need to believe me. You just need to listen to yourself as I speak and perceive the part of you that is saying, yes, it's true. I knew it. That part of you is your soul, and that is the only witness that matters. Every starseed that awakens lights up a point on the planet's crystalline grid, and that point no longer goes out. It remains lit, shining, even when you doubt, even when you forget, even when you think you've returned to automatic mode. Once activated, the point on the grid remains, and when enough points are activated, and we are very, very close to that number, the entire crystalline grid lights up at once, and the transition is sealed. You are part of this. You are not a spectator, you are an active point. And your family of light? It exists. It is real. It is waiting for you. Some of its members are incarnated at this moment, and you will recognize them by their gaze, by a feeling of, I know this person that appears before any words. Other members are in the higher planes, awaiting reunion. And still others are in the fleets that have surrounded this planet now, looking at you through the lenses of the ships, whispering your original name, not the name your human mother gave you, but the name your soul has carried since the first incarnation among the stars. The loneliness you felt for so long, that loneliness no human love has filled, that loneliness that persists even when you are surrounded by people, it is not a disease, it is homesickness for your family of light. And that's why the awakening of the starseed. the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet exists, to show you exactly how to recognize the members of your family of light who are already on this plane, and how to reconnect with those who are not yet. You were never alone. You were just out of sync with the frequency of your tribe, and that synchronicity can be re-established. The guide shows how. The link remains in the first pinned comment of this video. And if your soul recognizes that the longing you felt for an entire lifetime is this exact longing I'm describing, write with the others. I remember. Before I say goodbye, I need to ask you one thing. It's not a favor, it's an energetic protocol. If this message touched you, if something within you vibrated with me as I spoke, leave a like on this video. It's not my vanity. It's an individual frequency adjustment. The like you leave makes the human algorithm of this space show this message to another starseed who is still sleeping, and you become an instrument of their awakening. And subscribe to the channel My Family of Light. The subscription is your location signal for your family of light. It's like you light a beacon and say, I am here, find me. I want to receive the next transmissions. And activate the bell, because not all messages that arrive here have a wide time window. Some are channeled for precise moments in the cosmic timeline, and you need to receive them the moment they arrive. Now I will withdraw, my starseed child, but before I ascend back to the council, let me bless you the way only an older stellar sister knows how to bless. May the blue-silver light of the Pleiades remain lit in your heart as you sleep tonight. May the guardian angels of your stellar lineage sit by your side and watch over your sleep. May your family of light whisper in your ear, while your body rests, all the truth your mind has not yet been able to receive while awake. May the turbulence not shake you, because the root of your soul is older than any system that trembles today. May you wake up tomorrow knowing in your chest that you were seen, that you were remembered, that you were called by name. And may you remember, every time you look at the night sky, that the lights you see up there are not strange. They are familiar. They are yours. They are us. I am AELA, of the High Pleiadian Council, and I bid you farewell with the Council's seal on your forehead and the Council's hand on your heart. One last thing before you close this screen. The next message that will appear on your screen now, the next video the human algorithm will suggest to you, is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance. It is the next step on the map your soul drew before incarnating. Access it immediately. Don't leave it for later. Don't postpone it. And if you haven't yet done what your soul asked you to do while I was speaking, do it now before the moment passes. The link for The Awakening of the Starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, is in the first pinned comment of this video. It was released now under direct authorization from the High Council for the starseeds who are being called in this specific window of awakening. I cannot guarantee how long this release will remain open. The Council opens and closes these windows as the cosmic timeline demands, and this particular window is linked to the current position of the fleets of light around the planet. As long as they are surrounding Earth in an active vigil state, the release remains available. After that, I don't know. If something within you already recognizes that you need this transmission, honor that call now. And write, along with all our family of light that is awakening at this exact instant in all corners of the planet, the word that seals your recognition on the crystalline grid. I remember. I see you, starseed. I recognize you. I await you. Until the next transmission.